computer. Welcome back to the Tip to Tip How I Met Your Mother rewatch podcast. I'm here with Linda.
What up?
We have been off for 2 weeks. Linda had internet issues. I had some vacation time. There was a holiday, but we are back.
We are back.
And we are on episode 16, season 1, Cupcake, air date 3/6/2006. And we last left off with Ted and Victoria sealing the deal.
Yes, we did. Yes, we
I got
did.
her name right. Good for me.
Yeah,
Sealing the
it's not
deal,
Veronica this
and I
time.
couldn't get her fucking name right last time. So now we are diving into. We're gonna do 3 episodes. So we're gonna do Cupcake. We're gonna do Life Among the Gorillas, and nothing. One of my very favorites. Nothing good happens after 2 a.m.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. These are some
Um,
solid episodes. And again, they all work really well
they
together.
are. I forgot that they were such good episodes. Actually,
I mean, Ashley Williams, she's just
yeah, man, she is just
fantastic. Shout out
their
Ashley Williams. She's good.
their chemistry together is phenomenal.
Oh, it's so good.
Um, whoo, pardon me. All right, I'll put my phone on vibrate there. All right, so I'm gonna just start reading. I'll read the first paragraph, and then we'll go from there.
Let's do it.
All right. Ted and Victoria have been dating for 2 months, and they are having a great time together. She has offered a fellowship to a culinary. First of all, this is I gotta laugh because they're like doing a montage of them dating or whatever.
Yeah.
Why would he like he bakes her brown or cupcakes, right?
Yeah. Well,
Obviously
I mean,
that's
they're baking cupcakes
yeah,
together.
and she's like, "You fucking suck, bro. Dip, dip, like they're juicy. You can't drink them." And I just thought, I'm like, dude, of all things, like that would be like somebody dating me and being like, "Oh, let me tell you about pro wrestling and the best way it works."
Yeah,
Like it
right.
just doesn't
Well,
make sense.
maybe something that we don't get to see is like Victoria was the one who came up with the idea of like, oh, let's make
Oh, maybe
cupcakes
like she's
together.
teaching him like
Yeah,
something
yeah,
she knows. Okay,
exactly.
that makes sense.
And that's why she's all like, pro tip,
Yeah, pro tip: don't
if
drink your
they're
cupcake.
still soupy in the middle, it's not a cupcake, it's a milkshake.
Whatever. I like milkshakes. Fuck you, Victoria.
Hmm.
Anyways, um, so Victoria's offered a fellowship to a culinary institute in Germany. They agree that long-term distance relationships do not work. So their options are Victoria stays in New York to be with Ted, or they break up. And they decide which. This was interesting too. So they are deciding this. So they're at a restaurant when this happens, which I found out today is the same restaurant, in my opinion, that that Ted stole the blue French horn from.
I went back because I watched these a couple of days ago. I went
Yeah,
back and looked at the restaurant scene. That wall does really, honest to God, look like the wall from the Blue
and
French
it looks
Horn
like it's
restaurant.
like
Yeah,
right
like
where
there's
it's pulled
something
down.
missing there.
Yeah.
Exactly,
So I
exactly.
believe this is the same restaurant, which, in my opinion, is funny because it's like Ted's trying to relive moments with
Hmm.
Robin with
Yep,
Victoria.
yep. I
Then
can see
you wonder
that.
how many women he took there before Robin.
Really though.
Uh, so I this was interesting to me because they discuss this and then they're like, let's just sleep on it. Like, and I just think this is such a huge thing to just sleep on. Also, I don't really feel like it's Ted's choice.
It's definitely not Ted's choice. I think maybe part of the reason why they were like, well, let's just sleep on it is because they both obviously know that like the L word is coming. Like
Yeah,
they're infatuated with each other. Their relationship's going great, but it's also so early to try and put that kind of pressure on the relationship and be like, "Oh, well, I need you to stay because like I love you." But they're only 2 months in, so maybe they were like trying to put a barrier on getting too serious about it by saying like, "Let's just sleep on it."
yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Because neither one of them wanted to acknowledge like,
Yeah, it was kind of like they were making it as if it was a little decision, like what are we gonna have for dinner tomorrow? Well, let's
right.
sleep on it.
Exactly, exactly.
For the record, There is 30 to 50 institutes dedicated to baking and pastry arts in Germany.
In Germany alone?
Yep, just I was wondering why they picked Germany. That was
Damn,
just
that's
I
wild.
was like, why did they just come up with Germany? But there's your reason.
Well, I mean, German food, there is a lot of good bakery in like
I
German
agree.
and like Polish culture. Like,
I
isn't
agree.
baklava like Hungarian or like
Yeah, I
Eastern
think so.
European?
And I know kolachkis
Yeah.
are, and I love
Oh
me a
my God.
kolachki.
Yes.
If you want to send me any German food, shoot me an email at grantpaul013 at gmail.com, and we can arrange for you to send me some German bakery or a picture of your tits. Whatever works, whatever, if you got German boobs, I'll check them out. Um,
Everything's better in German.
yeah, everything,
Well, maybe not everything, but
I once, never mind, I can't tell that story.
why not? No, you can't do that. You can't just
I,
lead into it.
I once dated this girl who was German,
Hmm.
and she dressed up in her little German outfit.
Oh, like the little skirt and
Yeah,
thing?
yeah, and
Yeah.
we were intercoursing, and her dog bit me on the foot mid intercourse because he thought I was attacking her.
Oh, oh my. Okay. Wow.
Yeah, it's a good time.
That's a vibe killer for
Yeah, it
sure.
was. I mean, I kept going. Fuck it, we persevere around here. But
Persevere around here.
if there's a challenge, we're conquering it. Much like the Germans did the Jews. Anyways,
Oh, damn. All
I couldn't.
right.
We were there. I couldn't not.
We were there.
All right, we're done now. Moving on. Marshall has a job interview for an internship at the NRDC, but his only suit has holes in it. He's whiting out,
No, he's coloring in.
or
He's
he's
not
coloring
whiting out.
in. He's coloring in the holes in his suit
And
pants.
Barney walks through the door and
Right.
goes, "Are you coloring in your butt?"
And you would have thought Barney just watched like his childhood home catching fire or something. He's like,
Yeah, just like
what
a
appalled.
traumatic
Like,
experience for Barney.
so Marshall's too broke to buy a new suit. Barney insists that his guy will give him a deal. I have noted here that I personally believe in my 34 years of life, every guy has a guy.
For something.
I don't know how many times I've told you, oh, I got a guy. Let me call my guy. I got a guy for that.
Yeah.
Every guy has a guy, and if you don't have a guy, you probably are the guy if you don't know it.
Or you know a guy who can get you a guy.
Yeah, so you know a guy who knows the guy, or my guy knows the guy who knows the guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyways, it's a very common thing for guys to know a guy, I feel like. You don't ever hear a girl saying, oh, I know a girl, or I got a girl that could do that, or
No,
I
but
got a.
it is fairly common for a girl to be like, "Oh, I got a guy for that."
Yeah, because guys do everything. That's very sexist, and I don't like it one bit.
Rude.
Uh, yeah, but that's what I'm saying. It's rude. I was proving a point.
My dad's got a guy for literally everything.
I
Everything
mean,
under the sun.
I was trying to think about work today. I think I got a guy for everything.
Yeah.
Um, So his guy will give him a good deal. Marshall, Barney, and Ted, which I'm not sure why Ted tagged along to this event, but
He probably
he,
just like felt left out.
yeah, well, maybe he didn't want to sit alone and mope over Victoria.
Yeah.
So Marshall, Barney, and Ted go to the tailor. Oh, wait, I forgot a very important part here. So while Marshall is complaining that he can't afford it, and it's a bug, he can't afford it, and whatnot, he's talking himself out of it. Barney just rips his pants.
Yes.
He's like, all right, we'll go see your guy.
Like, so tomorrow at noon?
I felt like that was a very Grant thing to do. Like, if I
Oh,
want you to
most
do something and
definitely.
you're not, I'm going to make sure we go do that.
Yep.
Especially if it's in your best interest.
Ah,
Um, sometimes friends won't make the important decisions for themselves. So you got to help them along a little
you
bit,
gotta give him a little
Yeah, a
nudge.
little push.
Just a little nudge.
So Marshall, Barney, and Ted go to the tailor where Marshall gets fitted for a suit. Ted wonders what he should do about Victoria, and Marshall tells him that long distance relationships never work. He recalls how when Lily did a summer art program in Paris during college, she had a male friend named Gabriel who had a thin mustache. So Marshall intimidated him and told him to stay away from Lily. Marshall says that even though he and Lily are soulmates, long distance almost ended their relationship. Marshall advises Ted that if he thinks Victoria might be his soulmate, he should tell her to stay. Meanwhile, while they're doing all this, this guy is in the back of a pet shop, Barney's guy. Like a real sketchy, like back of the pet shop.
Yep.
And also, somewhere in here, it was either Barney or Ted that's like, thank you for that deep description of Gabriel. Like he was very detailed about how Gabriel looked.
I do
Um,
find it kind of strange that the tailor is in like the back of a pet shop because like you're a tailor. Wouldn't all the clothes start smelling
Smelling like,
like
yeah, like
pet? Like
dog and like cat and like
yeah.
whatever. Bunny,
Like
evidently.
oh my God, rabbit like
Rabbit.
feed and like the bedding for rabbit cages smells so strongly that like
Barney's like,
there's no way it's not embedded into
right.
those suit fibers. There's no
Barney's like, this
way.
is the best guy. This is the best place to get a great suit and a rabbit.
And a rabbit.
Because magician,
Duh.
um, which we get to in one of these episodes here. Um, also that I, I like that Marshall's like the Taylor's talking, and Barney talks back in Ukrainian, and Marshall's like, you know Ukrainian, and he's like, no, but like he can speak fluently,
Right, right. Like, oh, just
which
enough to get me by.
which in my opinion is because of Barney's job, which we do not know what it is until much later.
Oh, it's gotta be.
But that would make sense with
Because
what he does, which I
later
will
on,
not spoil until we get there.
later on down the line, we find out that Barney can speak other languages too.
Yes, and I think it's all got to do with that. Which I also think's by design because Barney's a very job. He lives his life in job security with
Yes.
women, with everything.
Yeah, agreed.
Um, I mean, I think he's the only one in the whole show that doesn't ever move. He never moves apartments. He's the only
Oh,
one. If I'm
shit, yeah, you're
yeah, so
right.
I mean, everything is the mentality of job security, whether
Yeah.
it's women, the apartment, a relationship. The lusty leopard, he always goes to the same places. It's a
He's
very
very habitual. Like
yes, for
he
somebody
likes
that's
his
legendary and every moment has to be legendary.
he
He's
loves the
very
routines.
the same routine, yes, which
Yeah.
I can relate to. Um, so Ted says tell Victoria to go to Germany because asking her to stay would put too much pressure on their new relationship, which I 100% agree with.
Hmm. Yeah.
It would be one thing if like I don't know, you and me, you were like, hey, we've been friends for 12 years. I got this internship in Germany. Should I go? My opinion then would matter, I feel like, as your
Oh,
friend for that
100%.
long.
100%.
But Ted's known this girl for 2 months.
Exactly.
Like, this would be like me telling the girl that works at Peppers, yeah, you shouldn't go there for college. I wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
That's not a good call.
It's
You
way
bring
too
out my groceries twice a week, but I don't think you should go to Ohio State.
it's
Like,
way too soon for them to be making such drastic life decisions based on a relationship that might fail.
especially coming off of a relationship where you made a huge decision for two people in a matter of 3 hours by saying I love you.
True. Very true.
Ted should not be in the driver's seat at all.
No.
Um, However, when Ted meets Victoria for dinner, he changes his mind on the spot and tells her he wants to stay away. All right, hold on a second here. Yeah. I'm gonna drink all my mom do that. I'm gonna be up all night. I gotta do the death here. Um, So while the guys, so this is one of the How I Met Your Mother episodes because I don't think the reading this is doing justice, but it's where we flash in and out of scenes and scenarios, which
Hmm.
is one of the beautiful things about this show, in my opinion.
I do love I believe they referenced it as like multi-camming
Yeah, I think that's what they
in
called it.
in the How We Made Your Mother podcast.
Yeah, I
So
think that
like
is what they called it.
you get the boys' side of the story and then you also get the girl side of the
Girls.
story.
So now we're getting into the girl side of the story. While the guys are at the tailor, Lily, Robin, and which is cool in the show, sorry, that they tie that together too. So
Hmm.
you pick up right where Ted calls her to ask. Oh, that's another great thing. I don't know if they do it here. No, they don't. Okay. So Ted calls her. Robin says something like, "What do you even know about this girl?" or something. It's only been 2 months.
Yeah.
Or Barney says, "I'm sorry," and Ted's like, well, she's obviously got to be a dog person. I'm only attracted to dog people. So he calls her, and she's like, I like dogs, but I'm a cat person. And so now, when that's all happening, we flash there, and she gets a phone call, and I just think that's cool. Like, then we go into the girl's perspective up until she gets a phone call and she picks up on her end.
Hmm.
And then she's like, oh, that was weird. Ted wanted to know whether or not I like cats or dogs.
Right,
Like,
right.
it's just funny. But
And
so
then in
well,
like
like,
true female fashion, she starts reading into it. She's like, "Does
yeah.
he want us to get a cat together?"
Yes. He doesn't know if he wants you to go to Germany or not, but we definitely need a cat with this long distance relationship. We're fighting. Let's have a kid. Anyway, that's
So
exactly what that
so
reads to
true
me.
though. So true though.
Okay, anyway, sorry. Well, the okay, so we do skip one thing here I want to mention. So before they go to um wedding dress shopping, they're at McLaren's,
Hmm.
and Robin is having right here. I hate Robin. 15 minutes in. Because she is having the
Robin's having a
hardest
moment.
time being nice to Victoria, who
Yep.
is nothing but a big, bubbly sweetheart to
Yeah,
Robin.
she's
And
so
if anything,
nice.
it should be the other way around with the information Victoria got in game night.
Facts. I didn't even consider that, but yeah, Victoria's got every right to be kind of like shady and like standoffish when it comes to Robin, and she's just like, "No, I don't care. You're cool.
Yeah,
Like we
and
can
even
be
Lily's like,
friends."
what the fuck, dude?
Right. She's like, "What is wrong with you?"
Which I can't specifically name a time, but I know we have seen this play out before amongst people. I can't
Oh,
think of
yeah.
any certain situations, but I know we've all been. I've been the person mad at the person for dating the person,
Yep. Yep.
but I can't think of anything. This one didn't really rattle too much in my head of things we related to as our lives so
The
much,
one thing
except for the
that
Noah guy.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. The one thing that really did kind of bother me a little bit was the perception of the wedding dress shopping.
Yes, I got that. I got that in my notes.
That just
All
it,
right, let
it
me read this and then we'll get into it because I
okay.
want to. I got to. I got it. While the guys are at the tailor, Lily, Robin, and Victoria are shopping for wedding dresses for Lily. Robin is having trouble being nice to Victoria. Oh, I did put it in here. Good for me. Since she still has feelings for Ted. Victoria says she doesn't want to lose Ted and has even considered dating long distance, but Lily tells her that it doesn't work. Lily tells the girls about when she did the summer art program in Paris and it felt lonely, and her only friend was a home. I forgot. Wait, I totally forgot about this. Her only friend was a homely girl named Gabrielle, who was embarrassed by her mustache. I totally forgot they flopped that, and I just watched that at lunch today. And
No,
it didn't even like I was watching the note, take notes. I totally missed the plot of that whole joke.
that's one of my favorite parts of this episode, honestly.
Again, a beautiful thing about this show is two different people, two different perspectives, one story.
Yep.
Um, for some unknown reason, about halfway through the program, Gabrielle stopped talking to Lily. Later, Robin decides to give Victoria some advice in regards to Ted. All right, so here is I wrote it somewhere because you watched the transition. So Robin, um, Lily, Victoria's Lily. There's these nice dresses out of Lily's price range. The lady
Mhm.
makes that very clear, rudely clear.
Yeah.
Um,
The front window dressing.
yeah, but Victoria's like, screw it, dude. Like, we're here for you. We're here to celebrate you. If you want to try one of those on, let's do it.
Right?
And then Lily sits on some cake and then rips the dress. But in that moment, before Robin gives her advice to Victoria, I feel like you could watch Robin sees how happy Victoria wants Lily to be, genuinely, and it makes her relate to Victoria more as a person than the woman dating Ted.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
that's
I
why,
completely agree. They finally find a little bit of common ground there, and the
yeah.
common ground is like we both care about Lily.
And then she realizes they both almost like Robin was brought in and cares about Lily because of Ted. The
Hmm.
same thing's happening with Victoria. So I
Oh,
think
that's a
there's
good point. That's a
a
good point.
common ground where, wow, what if somebody would have what if Lily would have pushed Robin out?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's like bringing a tent back to a campsite and having your buddy's girlfriend be really mad this strange girl's carrying the tent with you.
I mean, I
Um,
wasn't that mad.
I mean, in hindsight,
I wasn't that mad. She shared the apple crown. She led
that
with
is
she
true.
doesn't like bitches
I mean,
either.
let's be honest. That's why I brought her. She shared the apple crown.
Yeah, for
I
real.
mean, but anyway, uh, we should have probably listened to you in the first place. Anyhow, later Robin decides to give Victoria some advice in regards to Ted. Robin admits that she always puts her career ahead of her relationships and that it can get pretty lonely. She encourages her to stay with Ted, which Victoria agrees she will do. Lily comes out wearing a much too expensive dress and accidentally ruins it and sits on cake. She is forced to use, oh, that was funny too. She's forced to use multiple credit cards to pay for the damage. So the lady's like, how will you pay for this? And she's like, credit card. So, all right, here's my questions. One, do you think long distance works? Yes or no?
I feel like it kind of depends. I think it depends on how long the relationship has, um, like how much skin in the game you have in the relationship before it would turn into something long distance. Like for Ted and Victoria being 2 months in, absolutely fucking not.
No, it's not. I don't think it's realistic.
If let's say for example, like 4 or 5 years into Tim and I's relationship, Tim got an out of town job.
Yeah,
100%. 100%. You make
yeah,
it
but
work, you make do.
we're talking out of town job. That's like you could drive to see each other. You could fly to see. This is a different country.
Depends on the out of town. I mean, if Tim were to have gotten a job in like,
Well, I also
you
feel like at
know,
that point it's easier to.
California,
Yeah, I feel like at that point it's easier to decide. Okay, I'm going with them, or maybe this isn't something we both want to do.
that's
Or
also a really good point. Yeah,
I think at like a year in, it could get dicey because you're committed and
yes.
stuff. But I don't think even a year being with somebody, you really know what's next.
Right,
I
exactly.
mean, a year is really, in the grand scheme of things, as you know, not that long of an amount of time to get to know someone.
No, not at all. I think it definitely depends on how long the relationship has had prior to
Yeah.
the are we gonna try and like make this sustainable?
Okay, that makes sense. All right, now give me the wedding dress shopping shit because I don't understand. I don't understand any of it. I just know that I'm pissed that when I was drinking, I never got to go wedding dress shopping because they got free booze, and I've seen that in house
So
too, and
it's
this is
not
bullshit.
that's not how it goes usually. I went to three wedding dress places. The one where I bought my dress did offer me champagne, but I wasn't like sold on this is where I'm going to find the one, so I actually didn't take them up on it. The other two, I was not offered champagne. I didn't see anybody else drinking champagne, so
You
I
should have
think that
brought in your own.
I mean, I would have honestly, especially for the last one, because the last place we were there for like 4 fucking hours. I'm
Oh,
like, can
yeah.
I go get a taco from across the street?
Went
Like,
prom dress shopping once, and it was the worst experience of my life.
yeah,
So I'm
I don't,
happy
I,
I don't have to partake in wedding dress shopping.
I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it. The process for me was rather long. Like I said, I went to three different stores, and even like the very last store, I tried on probably like 10 or 12 dresses. And another thing, there's no cake at a wedding dress place. There's no cake.
So
That
look, I
doesn't
might have the answer to that.
Did Victoria bring the cake?
No, I think that she said they were providing it to them. I think maybe it was like an all like something they offered as well. Like you could try on the dresses, you could because like
Oh.
when I believe when the guy that bought my dad's DJing company, he they also ran a hall, they had a catering service, so they did multiple wedding related things. So I think
Okay,
maybe
yeah.
that I could see. Although,
You're not gonna put a chocolate cake around
yeah,
thousands of white dresses, though. You're
yeah, I mean
not
I
gonna.
wouldn't own a barber shop and a buffet and run them at the same time.
Exactly,
I mean,
exactly.
you'd go to a different room to do the cake.
Yeah,
But whatever.
there's
Maybe
no
they're like,
cake.
oh, it's the amazing Victoria. We should get the cake out here in front of her.
It's why like if you are offered something at a bridal shop, it's clear. It's champagne or it's water. They don't offer you fucking coffee.
Yeah, you're not getting
They're not
orange
offering
soda.
you tea.
Yeah,
Like, come
some
on.
nice Mountain Dew Code Red for you guys.
Yeah, yeah,
Bloody
exactly.
Marys all around.
But also, the notion that the woman working at the wedding dress shop was like, those are out of your price range. You're not allowed to try those on. That is not a true saleswoman.
No,
You're trying to upsell everybody who walks into that store, whether it's a
also,
wedding dress, whether it's
weddings
a pair of
are
shoes.
normally paid for by somebody else, generally.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
my first thought would be like, oh, her parents are paying for this, or the groom's parents. She could have been Bill Gates' daughter. You
right,
have no
exactly.
clue.
Exactly.
So
Um,
yeah, I think that was a definitely a rookie sales mistake, and I would fire that bitch.
Yeah, the notion that like, oh, I can tell your net income just based on your underwear and you're not allowed to try these dresses on. Man, you're letting a sale walk out the door.
Yeah, and I also I just feel like at least me, I make pretty decent money, but I dress like I work at a fucking supermarket. I mean,
Yeah, I
look,
feel like
perfect example, Adam Sandler.
right,
That
right.
dude's richer than half the world and dresses like the fucking homeless guy.
Yeah, I
No
mean,
offense to our homeless viewers that are viewing on the
we have
I don't fucking know the phone in Best Buy. They're getting more mad. I don't fucking know.
okay, yeah, sure.
Anyway, moving on
Yeah, no.
before I get
I've
canceled
got
by the
a
homeless.
reasonable amount of money, but like I buy my fucking clothes at Costco.
Right,
Like
like I just yeah. I mean, I just don't.
shout out Costco though. They got some cute shit.
Yeah,
Like
I just don't think that's a. But also, if I was going somewhere real, like my suit for my speaking engagements is very nice.
yeah, yeah.
So, like, you know, anyway,
It's also just part of the bridal consultant's job to like let you have some fun. Like
yeah,
I tried on a dress that was like 12 grand.
yeah,
They,
but why
they
not?
knew they knew I wasn't taking it home, but I also had to like get a feel for
Oh,
like, is this the kind of style that I want?
here's what I need to know.
Oh boy, okay.
Did you do, and in my humble opinion, it is lame as fuck, the yes to the dress?
No,
Thank God.
no, I
Because
did
when
not.
bitches post that shit on Facebook, I'm like, nobody gives a fuck
So
what dress you picked out. We want to make sure you have food at your wedding, booze at your wedding, and dessert at your wedding.
I
Nobody
went
gives a fuck
to
what you're wearing.
I went to a very like out of the norm bridal shop when I purchased my dress. So everything that they had was sample sized. Like it wasn't something
Gotcha.
that they had
In
several
stock.
sizes of. It's not something that they could order more of. Like if
Gotcha.
the dress worked and you loved it, you took it the fuck home.
Oh,
So
that's kind
like,
of cool though. I like that aspect of it's meant to be more
yeah,
like that
yeah.
that mentality.
Well, I mean, for me, it was this is my dress. I need to now lose weight and find an alterationist. But,
But
you make it
you
work.
make it work.
You make it
That was the
work.
one you knew you wanted, and you were willing to do that stuff for.
Yeah.
If you
So
weren't willing to do it, then you wouldn't have got it.
I took a picture with my dress in the bag. So I didn't do the whole say yes to the dress, here's a sign.
Yeah,
I literally took a picture outside the bridal boutique with dress in hand, like I got it, bitches.
yeah, like the world
Which
title.
is
Hell yeah,
so much more fun.
yeah. Fuck
You get
that.
to
I
take it
agree.
home and stare at it for a year. It's great.
Yeah, who doesn't love to stare at dresses for you?
I mean, my dress
Fucking
was
women are
flawless, so.
fucking crazy. Anyway, when Victoria's at dinner with Ted, however, when Victoria's at dinner with Ted, oh, okay. Well, this is written wrong. Victoria is at dinner with Ted. However, she also changes her mind at the last second and declares that she needs to go to Germany. So Ted says he wants her to stay, but he was going to say go.
Hmm.
And she said I was going to stay, but now she's deciding to go.
Yep.
The two then, which this is fantastic. This what makes me love Victoria. The two then have a heated discussion about what they should do, and they ultimately decide to break up. Victoria said this was the moment for me, and maybe it's because I'm older now, because at first I don't think I've ever picked up on this before. She says, why don't you move with me? Why don't you go with me?
Yeah.
And he said, absolutely not. And
Because it's so
there,
out of the realm of possibility.
right. So that there for me made the decision. That was that.
Yeah.
Why should she, just like she said, why should she do everything?
Right.
And I think as an adult now, I'm like, yeah, dude, if somebody isn't willing to do crap for me, especially somebody I've only known for 2 months, I certainly am not changing my whole life for that.
No, no, of course not.
And
And
that right there
also,
should have been the dictation of the relationship, just wasn't going to work.
I agree. I agree. And also, like, if you're offered the opportunity to move to Germany,
Well, right. And to your
who's
passion is
turning that
obviously. But here's my other thing.
who's turning that down? The architecture in Germany alone, like Ted would have thrived
Yeah,
in
dude,
Germany.
Auschwitz?
What?
Huh?
What?
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 Anyway, um, but then my other thing is like I'm a little confused about Victoria here. So I feel as though we were led to believe she owns a very successful bakery.
Yeah.
Why the fuck did she need to go to culinary school? Like, and what's she doing with
More
this
more
bakery?
credibility.
I guess, but what's she doing with this bakery? Like, oh,
That's one plot hole that I hate that we never get to find out. Like
yeah,
who's
because like,
who's running the bakery while she's
and
gone?
she's like, I have nothing here, but like you're doing weddings. Like, this is a pretty big,
She also like has lived in New York for a hot minute. So like when she says, "Oh, I've got nothing
right,
here," like what do you mean you have nothing here? You have a successful business. You probably have other friends that
right.
we
And I
don't
would have to
see.
imagine, and I could be wrong, other clients' weddings book out pretty far. I
Right.
mean,
Right. It's like, "Oh, I have to leave in 3 days."
right, like, all right, Monday.
Unless she has like a really trustworthy like manager at the
Yeah,
bakery that
but
she's like,
again, then
"Can
what
you
do you
just
need?
take over for
Yeah, what
me?"
do you need school for then? I mean, you're already a success. I just,
Yeah. I
I
mean,
don't know. I mean, I
expand
get the
your
experience.
horizons.
Yeah, I get the experience. I guess maybe that's what it is. But
Yeah.
anyway, moping about his breakup with Victoria. Ted's just moping about the next day with about his breakup with Victoria. But Marshall tells him that since she's still in town for one more day, that they should have one last amazing day together. Which I agree with. They
Hmm.
didn't break up on bad terms. They didn't.
Right.
I even have noted here that there's really no good way to end a relationship of any sort.
No,
So I think you can, if you have to end a relationship, you should try to make it the best you can make it.
I
And why
agree.
not spend one last day together? I mean,
Yeah.
it's not like they haven't just spent 2 months every day together.
Yeah. And they're not breaking up because they don't want to be with
Right.
each
It's
other.
yeah,
So
it's not
like
like she's
go
not
be with
attracted
each
to him
other.
anymore or yeah.
Yeah.
Um so then they end up having sex the entire day. Um which again, why not?
Why not?
It's a long flight to Germany. Um
Yeah.
so then Barney gives so okay, so this recap misses some very big points, I feel like. But so um they're at McLaren's and Robin is telling Lily, you gotta tell Marshall about this dress.
Hmm.
Like it's a lot of money. So then Barney comes in, Marshall and Barney come in, and Barney says, I got the bill for your new suit, and it's $4,000.
Which is just fucking crazy.
Agreed. Barney had what's crazy is that it was 12,000 to begin with. And they got discounted. But Barney had tricked Marshall into buying an expensive suit so that he would interview for a job at Barney's place of work. Which, after learning that Lily ruined an $8,000 dress, Marshall accepted Barney's offer. So basically, Marshall wants to work for a government, saving the environment, the world, and
Something that's not going to pay as well as corporate does.
yeah, and basically that will fulfill him. And Barney's like, look, we need a great lawyer. You can make great money, like, and we can work together. What else do
Where's the
what's this
backup?
other crap you say you need? Because
Yeah.
this is the job you need. And I feel in a way, Barney's right. I mean, I know work isn't everything, but money is.
Yeah, but also when you're 27 years old, you're funding a wedding by yourself,
Right.
you live in New York City,
You're
like
still living with your best friend.
you probably shouldn't take the non-paying job.
Yeah, I mean, we're looking at a future here, and if you're getting married, kids are on the horizon, chances are likely, or
Right.
traveling or something.
Yeah, like how are you paying for your honeymoon, which we'll get to. Great
Yeah.
episode,
And
but like,
also, how both your parents live in, well, Lily's parents live in New York, but Marshall's parents, who he's very close with, they see, I'm assuming, a few times a year. That's a flight to Minnesota. I mean,
right.
realistically, Marshall is being childish, and Barney called him out on it.
Yeah,
He's like, even if Lily says she's okay with this, why wouldn't you do something that can make it less stressful and make her more happy?
exactly. Exactly.
The next day, Ted drops Victoria off at the airport. They still both have feelings for each other. And just before Victoria leaves, they decide that they will try to date long distance. Future Ted tells his kids that this was a terrible idea and that long distance dating absolutely does not work. But he'll get to that later. So I think I touched. Oh, the only other question I have, I give this 4 blue French horns, which I did not expect, as you know, going in. It's been a while.
I'd give it about 3.5. I don't know if I'd go as high as 4 just because there were a couple of things that I didn't love about the episode. I don't love how catty Robin is for no apparent reason.
But there is an
Um,
apparent reason.
yeah, but like, move on.
No, bro, that's not fair to say. Because I
Move
can
on.
think of you being catty to girls that didn't like me just because they didn't like me.
Oh, I mean, yeah, I guess that's fair. But she's like too catty.
I
Victoria
think they
walks
had to
into the
make it.
bar.
I think they made had to make it abundantly clear. I think it
Yeah,
was more of a writing thing
yeah,
than anything.
I
I think they wanted
suppose.
us to feel how you're feeling,
I suppose. And
is
like
what I think.
if that was the goal, they did it really well because like Robin goes, "Oh, well that answers every question I didn't fucking ask."
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
whoa.
yeah.
Whoa.
That's some shit I would say though.
0 to
But I would just say it
60.
normally, not like because I was being catty, just because I like to say the opposite of what you.
Yeah, that's fair.
Um, the only other thing I have on here is how soulmates is used a lot in this episode. I feel like it's such a weird question. How fast, how quickly do you know somebody's your soulmate? Like, I guess it's more of a maybe a rhetorical question or something we could talk about because I don't think there's a right answer. It's
Mm,
just like love at first sight. I
yeah.
could say it's love at first sight, but in reality, it's attraction, not love.
Right,
You
exactly.
know?
It's more lust than love usually.
Yeah. So I
Um,
think soulmates is you connect and vibe well with somebody, but also we just said within a year you don't even know if the whole relationship could work or not.
right. I think that all kind of depends on the people, the interactions between the people, and how much of a genuine connection you're able to make early enough on. Like,
Okay.
if you were to have asked me a year into Tim and I dating, is this the one? I would have been like, take me to the courthouse, I'll marry him right now.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay. That's fair because I think we
I
all
I
would have
knew that
said
I knew that immediate I knew that 3 months in.
yeah, and I don't
And
think any of us out of all actually probably anybody I've ever freaking met that you guys knew ever thought it was going to be Tim without Linda. Like it was
right.
just always Tim and Linda.
Exactly. And
So I
like
think
soulmates don't even need to be romantic either. Like
no, that
I
was my
remember
next question.
I remember like the very young Girl Scout days of me and Lex. And I could like in my 7 or 8 year old head picture us in our 20s and 30s.
Yeah,
And
I agree.
look where we're at now, 25 years later. Like,
Yeah, I think I was probably the same way with Tim. When I first met him, I was like, I can remember thinking I could see that dude in my life. Like I want to be friends with him. I want to
mhm,
be, I want him in my future, foreseeable future. Definitely, definitely with Nick. I
right.
mean, we hit it off right away.
Yeah.
Mostly because he was attracted to my utter charm. Believe it or not, I was a complete dick to him at first. I know it might be hard to believe, but I was a complete asshole. All right, that wraps up that
You?
episode. Yeah,
No
I
way.
know. Hard to believe.
No way.
Hard to believe.
I'm stunned.
All right, next episode. Hell yeah. This episode I actually don't have a whole lot of note. Or maybe I do have a whole lot of notes on it. Maybe it was the first one I didn't have a lot of notes on. Okay. Anyway, moving on to the next episode. How I Met Your Mother, Season 1, Episode 17, Life Among the Gorillas. This aired on April 20th, 2006. Um, I, this episode was all right. it was there was a lot of moving parts in it.
There's a lot of moving parts, and I think there's also a lot of like teachable moments
Yeah,
in this episode.
I
There's a lot of
agree.
lessons to be learned here.
And a lot of I think they also do very well of capturing things everybody experiences in their life.
Yes. I mean, that's one of the main reasons why we love this show. It's
Yeah,
the relatability.
and I think this episode does that very well.
Agreed.
All right, let me start. Marshall starts his internship at Barney's company, All True Cell, which is basically a company that does all kinds of shitty things, but they mask it up by saying they make the little yellow fuzzies on the tennis ball.
I didn't realize that we got a name for this
I
company,
I am also confused, and here's why. Doesn't Barney work at Goliath National Bank?
but that comes later.
When does Barney switch jobs? Because the description they
Oh, you know
show us
what?
of this job, oh, maybe Goliath National Bank bought
Yeah,
All True Cell.
because Barney says my company bought out Goliath National Bank,
Okay,
and that's
that
when he
makes
started
sense.
working for Goliath
Okay,
National
that
Bank.
makes sense. I was gonna say because the pictures of the terrible things they did match exactly what we find out
hmm
basically Barney does.
And the building never changes
Yeah,
in
that's why I
nine
was. Yeah,
seasons.
his
The building
office
is
is the
the same.
same, and all right. Anyway, all true Cell and hates his coworkers in the legal department. They tease him about Lily. This is such a fucking you and Tim thing. It almost made me vomit at my work desk today. They tease him about Lily making his lunch, and Marshall is uncomfortable with the fictional scenarios that they construct that make Marshall choose between two women. So it's they make up scenarios like Scarlett Johansson and um
Jessica Alba.
Jessica Alba show up at your back door. Who you sleeping with first?
Yeah.
And Marshall is so in love with Lily that he cannot even fantasize having an affair with two hot fucking celebrities.
Yeah, I love how he goes, "Well, I'm engaged."
Yeah,
And the guy who plays Bilson is like, "Fiance's out of town or fiance's not
yeah,
home." And then he
fiance.
goes to "Fiance's dead, got hit by a
Yeah,
bus."
and Marshall's like, oh, like it really just happened right in front of him.
Yep, yep.
So at the end of his first day, Marshall is ready to quit, but Barney manipulates him into staying. Shock. Barney convinces Marshall that he would be happier knowing that he could provide a better life for Lily with bigger income. Marshall asks Barney for advice on how to deal with his coworkers, and Barney suggests behaving more like his coworkers and blending. When Marshall tells Lily about this plan, Lily doesn't think that it's a good idea, but Marshall thinks that he can keep his work persona separate from his real life personality. Barney shows Marshall how to act like the guys at work, and Marshall gains their acceptance. Marshall's work persona begins to bleed over into his home life to Lily's displeasure. Marshall asks Lily to give his work friends a chance, and they go out to a karaoke bar. Lily is not having a good time. When Marshall accepts a job offer at Barney's company, Lily leaves the table. So right now he's had an internship, and these guys have gone to the boss because they like him so much, or like who he's pretending to be so much,
Yeah.
that they have him lined up for a job after the internship. He accepts, and Lily is not down with that.
Which
Um,
I mean is totally justified because like they've been together for 9 years. It's always been part of the plan for Marshall, not a plan that Lily set up for Marshall, but
right,
Marshall's plan to do
right.
XYZ.
Yeah, I mean,
And
Marshall went into college with this plan before.
she even
Yeah,
brings it up. She goes, "When did the whole trajectory of your career just like drop of the dime switch in the last 5 minutes?" Like,
yeah, that's so.
I mean, I'd be mad at that too.
Yeah, and I think Lily's entire this whole thing is worth being mad at.
hmm
Um, Marshall accepts a job offer at Barney's company. Lily leaves the table. Lily asks Marshall when he decided to give up his values. He says that he hasn't abandoned his values, but he wants to make good money for a couple of years so that he can give Lily a better life. Lily tells him that he can give her a great life with what they have already, or he has already. The two make up by performing their favorite karaoke song on stage. So I think this happens a lot with people. You get around a certain group of people, or you get around different areas of people, whether it's work, home, whatever, and you mesh. And
You're
sometimes,
conditioned to act a certain way
yes.
around certain groups of people, for sure.
And I think this, and I work hard today to pull it back because I will do this. And I try to, not because I want to be who I am, but sometimes you um are around certain people and you want to act how they're acting, or you want to be what they like
Hmm.
or what they expect.
Or try to like be more impressive because
Yeah,
like you want to make a good impression on a certain group of people. Like
yeah.
conformity is a real thing, especially in the fucking workplace.
And I feel like I did this a lot, definitely in the workplace.
Hmm.
And I feel like I did this a lot when I was drinking at the bars. I
Yeah.
would try to fit in so I had people to drink with and talk to.
Yeah.
And some of the stuff they were saying, I'm just like, I would never like hang out with these people, but here I am.
Right, exactly.
It's a very much like a double, and it's hard to. Oh, it's hard to talk about with not talking about not drinking, but um, when I was drinking, it's hard to just be the guy at the bar and not let that bleed into life outside of that, not let the alcohol take over
Hmm.
outside of that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, and I think that's a huge, huge thing in everything. If you're into anything, like say you're writing, if you were dead set on finishing this book, you had a deadline, you wouldn't be able to focus on work. You would
Correct.
be working on the book, and that balance is hard
Yeah. I mean,
to.
it's tremendously hard.
I mean, I did today with the podcast ones on it. But I'm just joking. I do this on my lunch. Try to watch 3 episodes in fucking 1 hour. It's a great time. Um,
It's doable. These are 22-minute
it
episodes.
is doable, but it's a lot to cram in
But
your head
like,
at one time.
yeah, and like taking notes and shit.
They do, however, all run to like the one good thing about How I Met Your Mother is it's like a long movie,
Hmm.
so it does all run together.
Yeah,
But
agreed.
so yeah, I think this situation they're having is very real. I know I've watched people go through it. Um, I don't know that I could think of you and Tim ever going through it.
Um, I don't think, I mean,
I mean, Tim was
when
pretty much an idiot everywhere, so
I mean, when Tim and I first started dating, I definitely tried to like be cooler than I probably was to make
I
y'all
I think
like me.
yeah, and I think the minute you stopped doing that was the minute we all liked you.
Yeah,
I would
yeah,
have to
because I
argue.
wasn't like putting on a show anymore.
Yeah, because it
Um,
felt very forced, like you were forcing,
yeah,
like you wanted to convince us of something.
right.
And
I'm
all we
I'm
needed to do was
super
that you liked him. That's all we needed to
I'm
know.
super guilty of doing that.
Yeah, I think I am too. I think a lot of people are.
In my most recent like new group of friends that I have made as an adult, like late 20s into early 30s, I was wholeheartedly for like the first month and a half just pretending to be like a version of Linda that existed somewhere but
Yeah,
wasn't as genuine as I probably could have been. And then you let that wall break down and you're just like, wow, okay, I didn't even actually need to be doing this at all.
well, and psychologically, it's a for me, it's a dangerous game to play with myself because I'll forget who I am
Hmm.
trying to be somebody else.
Yep. It's also very exhausting.
And that, I'm very lucky for the friends I have today. Shout out Eddie, Brian, Kelly, Nicole. They all got fucking shout outs. Well, you already know me, so it
I
doesn't
was gonna
matter.
say,
Yeah, you
and
already know me. But that I don't have to pretend to be anybody. I can just be Grant.
that's fair. That's
And
fair.
it's nice to be at that stage in my life, and I think it comes with growing up as well.
Hmm.
You just don't like they all met you and they like you for Linda.
Yeah.
And I don't think at any point you had to try to be anybody but Linda.
No.
So I just
I'm
think
at
that's
that point in my
cool.
life where I'm like, if you don't like me
Well,
for who I am,
yeah, and I,
Trey,
I I do think that comes with getting older too, honestly,
yeah.
because
There's
For
not as
so
much
long we're
pressure to
conditioned to
like
get
fit
all through
in.
high school. You're trying to get people to like you, and you're trying to fit in, and if you don't, you're trying to fit in with the people that don't fit in, and
Yeah.
you get your first job, you're trying to fit in with adults. It's a constant battle of needing to fit in. Then with family, like they expect you to act like this, you act, it's
And
it,
trying to fit in amongst family or like
yeah,
extended family, that's a whole nother can of worms.
yeah. I mean,
Because
it's just
like
a
Lord
constant,
Lord knows I didn't fit in with my in-laws.
yeah. Oh God, yeah. Although.
I don't think anybody did though.
Speaking of Nazi Germany, I don't think anybody did. Yeah, that's
Oh
probably
my
very
God.
fair. It is actually funny to think about. I think cool is the right term here. I don't want to give them too much credit. How cool Tim and Ashley are from where they came from.
Oh, 100%.
Because they're
100%.
very much like just totally different people.
They could have
Like,
been like asshole kids that grew up
yes,
to be
or
asshole
like,
adults.
or weirdos. Like,
Yeah, like loners.
yeah, like very isolated, very.
Hmm.
Um, so shout out Ashley. You're probably not listening, but whatever. But if you end up
Maybe.
if you're single, grantpaul013 @gmail.com. If anything goes down, just you got my email.
Actually, I have no part in this.
Yeah, not yet. Till you're at the wedding. What
Oh
up?
my
Anyway,
God.
on that to the we're done with that, right?
Yeah, yeah, we're done with
We'll
that.
get back to the making up because that's very premature here. Pre How I Met Your Mother come here. Um, clip it. Meanwhile, Ted struggles with his long distance. So this is something I didn't think about when things went long distance, because there's a difference between long distance from Pennsylvania and here, and this is kind of what I meant before.
Hmm.
Meanwhile, Ted struggles with a long distance relationship with Victoria. He feels guilty that Victoria sent him 3 care packages, and he hasn't sent her any. Also, something I can relate to because sometimes well, I got a lot of feelings about this. Sometimes I'm not good at I'm good in the moment.
Hmm.
I'm not good planning for the moment or something like that.
Yeah, that makes
I'm
sense.
better at I'll bring you flowers. I'll send you flowers. But I'm not good at thinking, oh shit, her birthday's in 6 months. Maybe I should plan in advance to get something. I'm more of a I see you, that's a constant reminder of who you are, do
Right.
things. So,
Exactly.
which also brings me to my issue with our boy Ted Mosby. For somebody that wants love and is so in love with love, the minute he can't see what he loves, love no longer
It's just
exists.
gone. Yeah, it's
Yep,
just gone. Like how?
yep. He just has no. And again, it just proves to me that it doesn't matter who it's with. He just wants the high from being in love.
Hmm.
That's what he wants.
He just
He does,
wants the love. He doesn't want the
yep.
person.
And he doesn't want the work that goes into. Ted seems to forget that there's work that goes into love.
Yeah.
And it's not just let me steal you this blue French horn, let me chase you down after a wedding. After the big romantic gesture, that ends.
Hmm.
And Ted does not do well, and we see that through this whole series with the other stuff.
Yeah.
Um, which is very egotistical.
It is very egotistic.
It's all about Ted.
Hmm.
So when he calls her to thank her for her most recent care package, which again, this is very Ted, he impulsively says that he sent her a package a few days ago. He only said that to make himself feel better.
Hmm.
He's like, why did I say that? And I instantly was like, to make yourself feel better
For
because you
not having
felt
done it.
guilty you didn't do it.
Yep.
That's why it came out of your
He
mouth.
even talks it up. He goes, it's really, really
Yep.
awesome. It's like,
He
well,
did
now
it
you
to,
have to put in
yep.
the extra work to make sure it's really, really awesome.
Oh, he did. Ted asked
Actually,
Robin,
we don't ever find out if this care package makes it into the mail. I don't
yes, we
think
do.
we do.
Because when she emails him, she says, got your care
Oh
package. We need
shit,
to
yeah,
talk.
that's right. I forgot about that.
Ted asked Robin for advice about how to cover up his lie. I have this written on, I think it's my other piece of paper, but I'm going to say it again here because I didn't catch it before. Lies will always catch up with you.
Yep.
Always.
Yep.
Big, small, or indifferent, a lie will always catch up with you. I say that foreshadowing. Robin suggests that he assembles a care package with New York theme things and top off the care package or top off the package with a New York Times from 3 days ago. When Victoria calls Ted to thank him for the care package, she actually sent an email, which makes sense more
Mhm.
so than calling, I feel like.
Yeah.
When Victoria calls Ted to thank him for the care package, he accidentally falls asleep on the phone. So I think this also goes into will long distance work
Hmm.
because time is inevitably a factor.
Oh, most definitely. Especially when you're talking about like a handful of time zones away from each other. Like
Yes,
it's not even East Coast to West Coast. There's a 3 hour difference. I
right.
think I think Germany to the States is like 6 hours, 8 hours
I
maybe.
I want to say they said four, but I think it's six. I can
It's
find
got
out.
it's
I
got to
got
be more
I
than
got a
four.
computer in front of me. Let's give it a little. Maybe I do. There's my mouse. Let's see. What is the time difference from Ohio to Germany? I don't want to convert it. That's a lot of 6 hours.
Yeah, that's a
I do
long
feel like they
time.
say four in the episode, though. To be honest with you, for some reason the four is stuck in my head. But yeah. So that's a lot. I mean, that's almost a whole workday difference
Right.
between them. Um, so then he feels guilty for falling asleep on the phone, which it would be bedtime, like way past bed, like almost waking up time in
Right.
reality.
Like if Victoria were to call him at 6 o'clock when she gets done with her fellowship program, it's midnight in New York.
Right. So I mean, yeah, and that goes into Ted waiting around for the phone call and not enjoying life.
Hmm.
Um, so in typical Tedward fashion, feeling guilty and frustrated, Ted plans to fly to Germany to visit Victoria. Just, just fucking fly to Germany. Surprise. Just like it's driving down the street, going
It
down
would
to
be
McLaren.
it would be so nice to just have the money to up and fly to Germany.
Yeah, he
That's not a
obviously,
cheap flight. That's not a cheap
yeah,
flight.
I mean, and just like, like, it's not like showing up at somebody that lives down the street's house or meeting somebody at the bar to surprise them, or this is,
Right.
who knows what she could be doing? Well, I mean, she might be, who even knows what she could be doing? And he just shows up, like,
Yeah.
mid class, maybe? Like, I don't,
It's like a 12-hour flight at
right.
least.
Oh, man. But when he is buying his ticket, Victoria sends an email telling him that they need to talk that evening. Well, maybe I did get the email and the phone call messed up. Whatever. Ted worries that Victoria is going to break up with him, which I think that's a safe assumption.
Hmm.
Like he tells Robin, there's no reason for anybody to ever say we need to talk that isn't something of serious nature.
Right. And like typically when somebody says we need to talk, it's not a it, it could be a positive talk in the long run.
Long run, but up front,
It
it's
doesn't start
never.
out positive.
No.
No.
Um, So Ted worries that Victoria is going to break up with him, but Robin reassures him that he is worried for no reason. The phone call from Victoria is 4 hours late, and future Ted ends the episode by using Bilson's game and says, "Here's the real question. It's 2 a.m. Your friends are still out singing karaoke, but you are home early because you're expecting a call from your girlfriend in Germany, who was supposed to call you 4 hours ago." Maybe that's why four was stuck in my head.
Mm.
And then the phone rings. Ted answers it, and Robin is on the other end, asking if he wants to come over. Future Ted then asks his kids, "What do you do? Go." And I think
Which I
I
found kind of funny because he says, "What do you do? Go." And
right,
then Ted goes.
yes, and I was gonna say. freaking microphone. I was gonna say, there we go. I was gonna say it's also funny because he says it like, "What do you do?" asking them,
Mhm.
and then the go is not only does he go, but it's almost like, "Go, I want your answers.
Right.
What do you do?" So that is that episode.
My answer would have been no,
Um,
because nothing good happens
after 2
after
a.m.
2 a.m. Talk
I
about a segue.
yes. So there is a few things. Um, I got notes all over. That's how you know I watch these together because I got there's always a guy, and that's obviously the other episode. Um, first of all, fuck Robin. Um,
I've been waiting for that.
yeah, fuck Robin because she she knows
Yeah, she knows. She
Victor.
100% knows.
I also feel like this care package helping him lie, she knows will come back eventually to backfire on him.
Hmm. And
And suddenly
potentially
she's so
benefit her.
right, and suddenly she's so mushy gushy and romantic.
Yeah.
No, she's trying to help Ted, so he thinks that she's helping him.
Right. And Ted even says that, it's funny, like a couple of months ago, I was going to Marshall and Lily asking for advice about how to like
Now,
win you
yep.
over. Now I'm coming to you for advice on how to win Victoria over.
And Ted going to karaoke to meet the gang. Sometimes I feel, and I put here, sometimes no matter what's happening in your life, you have to pause and you just need your friends and your
Yes.
people around. And
Yes.
I feel like that was a moment where Ted sitting with himself was not going to do himself any good.
Hmm.
So he needed to go have that conversation with Marshall and that conversation with Lily and whatnot.
I agree.
Um, what so I have a note here and I don't remember what it was for. Sometimes we don't realize the size of our package. When were they talking about a package? I know the.
Because Marshall's like, I want to be able to give you the package.
Oh yes, yes,
And
yes,
and Lily's like, the package? You've already given me the package.
yes.
You may not believe it,
Package.
Marshall, but you've got a huge package.
Yeah. So that whole scenario was obviously a innuendo to his penis, but also I wrote it because sometimes we don't realize the size of our package.
Yeah.
We
And
don't
we don't
realize
realize
what
how
we
much
bring
we're
to the
bringing to the
table.
table.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
And I thought that was very important. Thank you. I could not remember why I wrote that. I'm like fucking
Believe it
package.
or not, Marshall, you have a huge
Yes.
package.
Then I wrote down, and this is this is in regards to Victoria and Ted. You can't move forward holding on to bits of the past.
Hmm.
And they're trying to cling on to little things from the past. But like he says, you can only talk about so much on the phone. They're not making new memories together.
Yeah, because she's not there.
No, so they're
And
just
he's not over there.
their relationship just paused.
Yeah.
And they're trying to hold on to the pause. But it's you can't she can't move forward, Ted can't move forward, and you can't live life paused.
Right.
It's not living. I also honorable mention strip club was called the Nudie Nest. I liked that. I think Wilson
Uh,
called it that. Or no, Marshall called it that in his cool guy rant.
hmm.
And as far as I'm concerned, the strip club being called the Nudie Nest is steak sauce.
Steak sauce.
A1. Um, that is a great term that I'm going to bring back.
It really is like
Steak
pretty top.
sauce.
It's pretty top notch.
And I like that they explained it. Like
Hmm.
Barney's like, what do you like? Again, Barney's like, what do you mean? Like,
Right.
what?
Marshall,
A1
sidebar.
Marshall? Yeah.
Sidebar.
So now we get to my favorite episode. I need to throw that one away.